Harambe YouTube, it is Tuesday, so you know that means it is time for my recommendations for your new comic book day. It's going to be tomorrow, April the 15th, tax day, comic book day. It's not all bad this year. We get something that you probably don't look forward to, and something that I know if you're watching this channel, you definitely look forward to. So let's get into my list. This list is based on stuff that I am personally reading and enjoying, and a few things that I may not be reading, but I think may interest you. So let's get into it, starting with Dark Horse Comics, Kill All Immortals 2, number 4. Very, very fun title. It is about these ancient families that came across this power millennia ago that gave them immortality. Series 1 was about this Norse family of Norse gods that inherited this power, and the daughter Frey rebelled against the family to claim humanity. And by the end of it, we found out that the source of this immortality was this mystical tree that was endued with this power by a source from outside of Earth. And she destroyed the tree, henceforth making her entire family now mortal. And in the last panel, we discovered that they weren't the only immortal family. We find out that in China, Genghis Khan is still very much alive and still very much doing Genghis Khan things. And when he discovers that this Norse family has lost their power, he seeks to take over the power they built up over the years, financially and otherwise. So very, very good series. That's where this one is. I don't want to give away spoilers, but trust me, it's worth a read. Next, from Dynamite Comics, we have Vampirella Armageddon, number 10. Looks like we're getting to a climax point here. A very fun book right now. Vampirella is fighting her way through hell and trying to escape this religious sect that wants to use her inner evil to take over the world. And so she is not only fighting with these people, but also as well fighting with her inner demons. Very, very good stuff. And then next we have one that really interested me last month. It's called Smile for the Camera. And we're at issue number 2. It's from IDW Dark. I described it as kind of a horror take on America's Next Top Model. It was very well written, interestingly paced, and it left enough mystery that made you want to go back. And so, I said I wasn't sure if I was going to continue it last month, but I just had to know what happens next, so I put that on my list. Next, we have Darkness vs. Angelus, number 1 from Image Top Cow, and that is part of the Witchblade universe. And we also have a number 1 from Image called Fireborn. So next, we're going to be going to Image / Skybound Comics with the G.I. Joe series. We have 2 G.I. Joe books coming out right now. We have G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Silent Missions, Zartan, focusing on the Cobra villain Zartan. And we have G.I. Joe, number 21, part of the Energon universe. Looks like we're going to be getting some more Aroshikage involvement and Scarlet involvement into the main series there in the Energon universe. So I'm excited about that one. Another interesting one that's coming out is Narco number 2. It's a horror built around this guy that I believe he has narcolepsy. It was very, very, very interesting. I went to order it when it first came out, and even though I went to early order, it was already sold out by the time I got to it, so I had to wait for a second printing, and was not disappointed. It leaves enough mystery to keep you hooked, but it doesn't speak for you anything. and you get a look at narcolepsy from this guy's perspective and the way that he has to navigate life. Next, we have Rat City, number 24, and this is part of the Spawn universe. It takes place in the futuristic New York, with a whole new cast of characters that are still connected to the current Spawn universe. Next, also from Image / Todd McFarlane Productions, we have Scorched, number 50, and looks like they're making a big deal out of number 50. They have special covers. I'm hoping they do better than what they did with Gunslinger Spawn number 50, because that was the least Gunslinger Spawn issue of the entire run. It was more used as kind of a bridge for overarching stories, which I was disappointed in. But they're making a big deal out of 50, so I'm hoping that the Scorch does right by the series. Next, also from Image / Top Cow Comics, we have Witchblade number 20. And then from Ignition Press, we have Bloodland number 3. Very fun one. Vampires are taking over the government. There's an underground resistance. You have vampire lore. You have conspiracy government type lore. Very fun book. And then next we have the Order of Saint Sophia number 3, about an order of assassins that have been broken up and forced into servitude, but they're not quite taken to that very well. So that's my suggestions for this week, a pretty stacked comic book day. We're going to find these titles and much more at local comic book stores or online retailers. And if you do not have a local comic book store, check out Midtown Comics. They have the biggest selection and easiest website to use. Also, Coffee and a Comic out of Huntington Beach, California. They have great deals on shipping, great personal customer service, ship nationwide, and your books are going to get to you safe and secure. Next, we have Pack Rat Comics out of Ohio. They do a great job with cheap and fast shipping. Everything is secure, bagged, and boarded like everybody else. So those are my recommendations. I will see you next time. Until then, keep reading them books. You know I will. I'm out.